baby. Good morning, everybody. We're down here at the house, and I'm sitting here with Cole. He's gotten a lot bigger than I think they thought he was going to. But this is the Cole boy. I love his paws. Look at his paws. He's like a panda. He's like, put me down, grandmother. You gonna be a good boy now? So we thought we'd say good morning. Hi, Mary Hill, and hi, Janice. I didn't do much of anything yesterday. I just kept falling asleep. So Scott said that it was okay, that exhaustion probably had hit me, and it was time for a break. You want to go? You want to go? Okay, you can go. And he got some painting done on the scaffolding. Not scaffolding. Soffits. Yeah, he was on scaffolding when he was painting.
I got straight cough and prompt.
Yeah, you want to come sit with me? They like to see your sweet face.
I want more coffee first.
You're gonna have to make some.
Oh.
You took the last of it. I went to get some and there wasn't any there. So anyhow, feeling better today. Yesterday, I just kept falling asleep. Mary Hill says, good morning, Scott. I think he's going to try for some more coffee. I think he had a rough night, though, because every time I woke up, he was up. So neither one of us sleep well last night. I don't know. Maybe it's because I napped all day, but yeah. Oh, and I just ate some sausage, and it's just not setting well at all. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to quit with the breakfast meats because they seem to give me bad indigestion. And Holly's here too. Hi, Holly. And for anybody that didn't find out, we switched to the we switched to the roofer that my sister used, and he came by yesterday, and he said they would have our roof on the house and the garage done by Tuesday. So he's going to just get right on it and get it done for us for almost $2,000 less. So I really do think we were getting ripped off by the other guy. So anyway, I'm filming, Greg, and I'm live, so just so you know.
Okay.
Greg's up, but he's in his boxers, so that's why I was warning him not to come parading through.
Oh, yeah, sexy.
Oh, Lord. So, of course, the floors in here are going to get redone. When Greg had joined the Navy, when he was off at boot camp, we did the floors in his bedroom. My old craft room, the floors looked like nobody had ever used that room because I think it's always been a spare bedroom or stuff. So when we pulled the carpet up, all we had to do was clean it and it was good to go. Back in our bedroom, we've got some major issues back there that we've got to deal with, some old water damage and stuff, but Scott says he can fix it. So we've got to do the floors in our bedroom, the hallway, and then in this long front room. And then in the den, which is through the doorway, which is just on the other side of this stack of packing supplies, we've got some of that pop-in flooring that we're going to put down that kind of looks like wood, but it's not. And we're going to do that just in the den. We had bought it to do into the kitchen too, but to save us time, we're going to just do the den part of it. And we're going to call that good. We're not going to put bookshelves in there like we thought we were to begin with. We thought we'd put some half up the wall bookshelves, but we're not going to. Now we'll leave that for the people that buy the house. If they want bookshelves there, they can add them. And so in the den and kitchen area, we've got to put the floor down. and we've got to put the baseboard shoe molding around the room after we get the flooring down, and then put the new oven hood in place. And then we'll be done with that room. And then we were trying to decide what to do next. We were going over everything we still need to do yesterday. And so if we finish the den kitchen project next weekend, Scott's got some materials at the other house that we need to bring down here to do that. So next time we come down, we'll do that den floor, I think, and maybe see how far we get. Hi, Tanya. And once that den is done, then we can move Greg out of the little room that used to be my craft room. And I was telling Scott, if we went ahead and did that room next, which in that room we've got 2 windows to replace, and he's got some sheetrock repair to do where the roof leaked, and the floors are fine in there, and then we got to paint. But we can move Greg out of that room and put all of his gaming setup into the den. And then once we get that room done, we can move our master bedroom furniture into the little room. It'll be cramped in there, but I mean, basically all we really need to do is move the bed in there. And then we can just roll the dressers and stuff into another room. It is hard to do remodeling when you still have furniture and everything in a house. It is so much easier to do in an empty house, isn't it? So here he is. He went and I think he started some more coffee.
Started more coffee.
So we've got Mary Hill and Ruth Lamb and Ann Lair and Tanya and Janice and Mary Hill.
It's warmed up real nice.
Yeah, yesterday he was out there scraping the soffits and putting primer on, and it felt like the heat index had it at 101.1, and it's currently 84 degrees right now. So it's going to get hot again. I think that's your plan, is to keep working on that. Because basically we got to do, like I did all the roof perimeter on the front and the back. So now Scott's got to go back and he's got to scrape underneath and do the priming and painting on that. So I might let him work on that for a little while, and then I can go out with the green behind him and start painting green.
Thanks for letting me work on that.
I'll let you do it. Sometimes I don't let him though. Sometimes I tell him, no, you're too tired. He's laughing, but he knows that sometimes I tell you no, it's too much. But you don't always listen.
When I'm stumbling around like a
drunken toddler,
like a 60-year-old angry toddler.
Yeah, we bought 3 windows for the dining room here, but we have not done it. It's just been so hot. You don't want to rip a window out and, have a gaping hole while your air conditioner's running.
They're not that hard to do.
But he can do one in less than an hour now, right?
Well, it's a little more than an hour.
A little more than an hour, but he's got it down pat where he knows how to do the replacement windows quickly.
Yeah.
Morning, Nettie.
It would take me a day or two to fix one window, and then I'd still have a leaky old window.
Yeah.
Scrape all that glazing out and replace it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
And the new windows really give it a nice updated look.
Yeah. So
we've got to do those. And so we've got 3 windows for here in the dining room. And then over in the living room section of this great big long window room. Yeah. There's 2 smaller windows on either side of a great big center window. And we're just going to repair the center window because we have not found anything in comparison to what's there. So he's going to repair that. And I've already painted on the inside. So we've got to take the big storm window section off Scott will repair the glazing around that center window, and we'll paint it and put that storm window back up.
That one's in good shape. It doesn't get a lot of direct sun.
No, it doesn't. But we'll replace the two conventional type windows that are on either side of the big center window. I've almost got the paint scraped off on the inside, and I'll clean that window up, and it'll be good to go.
Tanya says that was a good one, Scott.
That was good, Scott. Yeah, they never listen. No, they just go ahead and do it. As long as they don't get hurt, I guess.
Tony says Dad's house had to be rewired. Yeah, Jesse's little house, the old house that we live in, had to be rewired.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to be rewired and replumbed and everything. And before we moved in, Adele had that done, but the electrician would not even go in to do the rewiring until she had ServPro come in, because raccoons had moved into the attic. Well, not really attic, but the crawl space upstairs.
Well, yeah, they were in the attic.
So
it was the wild kingdom.
It had all kinds of critters living in it, because the house hadn't been lived in really since the 80s, right?
And then for a while there were squirrels up in the attic when we were there.
Oh, Jeff's dad's house got a direct hit by lightning, so now the whole thing has to be rewired. Janice, it's okay. We had given Greg the choice of that he could find a job in Greenville and move up with us, but he is planning to buy a small house here. I think now is his plan. So we'll see what he comes up with. But we had told him he could move up, and stay with us continued. But I think he's ready at 32 to, be on his own. It's just been a real help to us that he could stay here and, have somebody living in the house while we're not. Oh, wow. The electrician said that they'd never seen a house that was struck like that and not burnt down. Wow. Yeah, Sally has a home. She's here. She's out in the other room. I guess the next time I'm down, I'm going to take her to the vet. And
gotten used to her, I guess. Maybe.
Her tail is nearly longer than her body. It just freaks me out. I think she's like a Siamese or a Burmese. I don't think she's not a black cat. She's got
really long legs.
I guess I could go get her and bring her in here.
And goes.
Yeah, she'll jump in the air and go. Yes, we're suckers. Yeah, so Greg has 3. We have 4 if you count Spot out on the porch. But I'm kind of aggravated with Spot because he started pooing on the darn porch. And he's got a litter box out there. So Scott said he thinks he's doing it to say, this part of the porch is mine.
Stay away.
Stay away. This is Spot's section. You're never going to find that tissue you just threw at him because he's taking it for a toy. And if I could find Piper, she has gotten pudgy. She's stout and firm. So we got 7 cats all together, you guys, between Greg's 3 and our 4. And I got to take Spot and get him snippety dipped and his shots. But everybody's due their shots.
Everybody's due.
All right. We'll see you later. I'm not going to be able to play because I'm at the house. Come here. Cole. Come here. Not everybody got to see you. Come here. Come here. Come here.
He says, oh, they won't be too bad.
Come here, Meow. Meow. Come here, Meow. Come here, Fluffy
Whoa,
butt.
look at that floofy butt.
Come here. He's just getting out of where I can't get him because the chair's there. Where'd you go? Come here. Come here, Cole. Come here. He's like, no. And I've been congested too, so I don't know what's going on with that. He's like, no, you want me too bad. He's like, nope. Scott's got on a t-shirt I think he worked on a car with because it's got holes all along the shoulders like he's underneath. But this is the kitty that came up on the porch that I brought up back down here so that Piper would have a playmate.
Look,
oh, look at those tubers.
Look at the size of these tubers. It's going to be a drop this year.
Come here.
Come here. Whoop. He's got little short legs. Green eyes. And a white bib.
Yeah, I love his mouth because it looks like he's always about to say something.
Look at the size of those feet. They're way out of proportion to the rest of the cat.
And I love that his pads are all black like a panda bear. He's like, I don't like this.
He'd be a good snow cat up north with those big, wide, fluffy paws.
You're right, Cole. You're going to hide your head. You don't want to be on video.
He says, no videos.
No videos. When I get ready for bed, when we're down here, he'll run back there and get in the bed, and I'll climb in and lay down, and he just takes over Scott's side of the bed like, oh, good, I've got a human to sleep with me. And then Scott comes to bed, and he gets mad. Like, this is my bed when y'all aren't here.
Derp.
He says derp.
My cat says derp. Greg.
That's what Greg said. He says
Derp.
derp. And then he's claimed this blue recliner. And I sat in it yesterday, and he was doing this, wow, like, get out, get out.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's our plans for today. I'd love to sneak off to the Goodwill bins, but
I'd like to go to Old Bill Antique Mall.
Ooh.
Where I'd like to go.
We've taken pictures and did slideshows of that before. I've never, have we done a video in Old Mill Antique Mall?
Yeah.
Hi, Joan.
Yeah, church lets out on the fellow.
I know. Yep, he's all fluffy. There's always coal bits floating around on the floor in here. I need to run the vacuum.
Janice says she has a big unit, 20-pounder.
That sounds like our Tesla. Tesla weighed about that. He was our orange fat cat we had before.
Well, in the wintertime, on those cold nights, there's nothing like a 20-pound heater cat.
And she come out from under the couch. No. She might have gone back with Greg. She went under the couch because Cole wouldn't leave her alone. But I'm talking about Piper now. You talk about a stout little chunky girl.
Howard's a good heater cat.
Yeah. When we get all three of the cats in bed with us and we can't move because they wedge in next to our knees and we're like,
They are.
Yeah. That's why we need a bigger bed. We need more room for cats, I guess.
That laptop camera doesn't do bad
No, it's not bad.
for a cheesy little laptop camera. It's not like your big camera, though.
No, I just didn't want to drag all the gear with me.
That's a lot to tote around.
It is. It is. So we don't really have anything else to talk about unless you guys want to know something or anything, but it's just more work. It's a work weekend. So
Well, it's just like we were talking about painting. Painting's easy.
it's the prep
for
it.
fixing everything.
If you want your paint job to look really good, it's the prep work. It's what you do beforehand. Like if you don't know what kind of paint you are dealing with, especially on trim, if you think it might be oil and you see that the original paint is probably oil in an old house and somebody's gone in with a acrylic paint and you notice where it's peeling off, what you have to do is scrape it as good, get as much as the old acrylic paint off as you possibly can, and use an in-between primer.
A conversion primer.
A conversion primer. You have to do that. You can't just put acrylic paint over oil, it'll just peel right off. So we have discovered this product that we can't talk about enough, and it's not Kills. This stuff works so much better than Kills. It's called Gripper.
It's a PPG product.
It's awesome. It seals everything up.
Yeah, and it's interior and exterior. I'm using it as a primer on the outside, and a lot of this wood outside is weathered and dried out and in bad shape, and it really does a nice job of seeping into those cracks and crevices and sealing that up. So then when you come back with a top coat, I mean, it's just easy. There's nothing to the top coat. You just brush it off.
Yeah. And we like the Behr products as far as paint.
So 90% of it is just crap work.
Yeah. The drudgery of scraping and...
You see those home improvement shows. We're going to install the new blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's the easy part. It's the tear out and get ready part that's just the crap work. We thought about doing a video series today on crap work. On this edition of crap work, Scott scrapes the soffits.
Yeah. See, he's already power washed. He power washed everything, and that knocked a bunch of it off. But there's still stuff with loose edges that has to come down. And then he's putting the gripper on. And once that gripper is dry, you can go over with your paint. And it seems to take a lot less paint too, because the wood cannot suck it up. And yes, you get it at Home Depot. You want to get the can, and we'll show them what the can looks like so they know what we're talking about.
I want to talk about why I quit shopping at Walmart.
You can talk about anything you want. They'll listen to you. They'll probably agree with it. And yes, we are still looking for a new home, but we've decided to change our focus to just getting this house done and get it on the market. But this is the stuff. PPG Gripper.
It's more expensive than Kills.
It works.
It really
it's
works.
really worth the little extra. It was like, what, $6 more a gallon?
Yeah. We stopped patronizing Walmart.
Yeah, we're not doing Walmart anymore. Sorry, Walmart people, but we are not shopping there. I'm finding alternate places to go. Like Aldi's has the uncured bacon that we like to get. So I'm just going to go to Aldi's for a lot of produce and our breakfast meat and stuff. And then use Bilo and buy their sale items. We are just not doing that.
Well, I never have really liked the way Walmart treats their employees. And at least from what I've read and what I've heard from people that work there. And then, the end for Becky was this whole thing of checking receipts, and you're treated like a criminal.
You're treated like a criminal every time you go to the door, and you've got things in bags, and you've obviously just walked away from a cashier stand, and they stop you at the door to one store wants to scan your receipt to electronically lock it or something, and I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't know what the heck is going on with them. And then this other one, I asked her, I said, why do you need to see my receipt? She said, it's my job. So she doesn't even know why she's doing it. So I'm like, you know what? I am not going to be treated like a criminal every time I go shopping. If it's obvious I've just come from a cash register stand, why on earth would you think I've stolen something?
If you think I've stolen something, call the police and file a police report and have me arrested and see how it works out for you, because I've never stolen anything. I mean, I'm just not going to be treated like a criminal.
Yeah, we have an Aldi's that's close to the cottage up there that I don't care for too much. I've gone in there. It's okay. They just remodeled. But then we have a new one that's just opened up near our Home Depot. So if we're going to Home Depot, we'll go to Home Depot, get what we need there. And then we stop at Aldi's and get our few groceries that we want there.
Yes, Janice, you can get the gripper at Home Depot.
Yeah, I answered that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we basically shop Home Depot. We don't do Lowe's. Lowe's, most of the time, they don't have what we need on the shelf, and they're always saying, "Well, you can order it online and have it delivered to the store." And I'm like, "Well, I can order from Amazon and have it come to my door, or I can just go over to Home Depot, which is about a half a mile from here, and I can go in and get it and go home and I start to work. I don't have to wait an extra day or 5 or 2 weeks."
The
Or
auto parts stores are real bad about that.
oh, the auto parts stores are worse. But we order from
Rock Auto.
Rock Auto when we need stuff, and it
Yeah.
comes straight to the house, and it's less expensive than any of the parts stores. So if you have a handy husband like I do that does his own repairs, Rock Auto is the website I would recommend. Not sponsored, not anything. We just love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't do sponsor videos at all. I feel like I'm going to give an honest opinion, and I don't want to be paid for my opinion.
But I will I'm putting the silver bullet in the shop Monday.
Yeah, we've got to put his car in the shop. It's having some front end. Your silver bullet.
The silver bullet.
Both of our vehicles are silver, so I don't know why he calls one the bullet and one.
Because usually it's going fast.
Yeah, it's going too fast. So, what, Greg?
I only have to be.
TV. It's hot.
No, Matt, no. They don't need to see your. I don't know what you got on, SpongeBob boxers or whatever they are.
When I'm driving, I only have to be. I don't have to do the speed limit. I just have to be going slower than the last one that passed me.
He's usually going too fast.
So the silver bullet needs the front end looked at, and I don't do front end work. Well, I might do some front end work, but I don't have an alignment machine. So the Lowe's near us, the closest one to us, I think has a lot of problems with shrink, and it's not a big Lowe's; it's a small format Lowe's, and I just don't like going there. They have everything on lockdown. You pick something up to look at it, and some crazy alarm goes off while you're trying to look at it, and people come
Running over
to see if you're stealing it.
And Nettie says, "I like that, slower than the one that just passed me."
That's right. I only need to be going slower than that one.
Yesterday's trip down was we have this we come down 385 to I-26 to come from Greenville to Columbia, and 385 is just been mostly redone.
Yeah, and
it's
almost
smooth, it's comfortable, except right there in Greenville, it's like a goat path because they've been working on the 385, I-85.
Most of the nice
like
part of
4 or 5
385
years.
is paved in
Concrete
instead of asphalt.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful road.
Then
But-
you get I-26, and it's like a
Yeah.
goat path.
And then it's pretty aggressive drivers from 385 where you can get on to 26 it's really aggressive drivers right there until you hit Newberry, South Carolina. When you hit the Newberry line, everything comes almost to a halt. And from Newberry to Columbia, it's just 2 lanes of goat path. And you have to dodge potholes and
Dodge idiots.
doing crazy things.
Objects in the mirror may be dumber than they appear.
And you have to watch for stuff that's fallen off work trucks too.
Yeah.
Wheelbarrows, ladders, people's furniture.
Industrial equipment.
Oh, one time we were headed back home, and one of those semi trucks that put the mangled metal in, so it's like balls of mangled metal. They just kind of set it in, and then it's got those 2 wooden doors with a kind of chain at the back. Well, the chain apparently broke, and it's huge, almost as big as a car. Piece of mangled metal scrap was in the road.
In the middle of the lane.
Oh, It was just crazy. Yeah, Lowe's is crazy expensive too. That's another reason we go to Home Depot.
Holly's laughing out loud at my comment about objects in mirror are dumber than they appear.
Peg said she had a problem with Home Depot's delivery because they had the blades on the shelf and then they couldn't cancel her order even though she
Almost-
bought them right off the shelf.
Recently, I get more than I pay for on Home Depot orders that I do online.
Yeah, but you're honest and you tell them.
Yeah. I ordered 2 of these little breaker tie bars for a breaker box that
And they sent
they sent a case.
a case of them. And the girl was just going to give the whole.
2 cases.
Yeah, 2 cases. And the girl was just going to give them both to Scott. And Scott's like, I ordered 2 individual, not 2 boxes, but we'd
Little
only
bitty things.
been charged for 2 itty bitty things, not cases of them. And I told him, I said, now what they're going to have to do, because it's not something they carry, they're going to have to put it on a clip strip somewhere and deal with it.
They might spend more money dealing with it than it costs just giving it to me.
Yeah, because whoever handles merchandising will have to come up with a place to put it
Mhm.
that makes sense. But there's a couple Home Depots we shop that make no sense. That their layouts are weird.
The Easley Home Depot is weird.
Oh, it's really strange.
And there's always pallets of stuff in the middle of the aisle, and
That's their shipping and receiving
Yeah.
person doesn't know how to manage.
you have to dodge all the stuff in the aisle while there's the associates are standing around chit chatting.
Yeah.
The Easley Lowe's is actually better than the Easley Home Depot.
Yeah, they she opened it up and gave him what we ordered, but then she's got to figure out the store will have to figure out what to do with those excess of those boxes.
She had a pained look on her face, like, why didn't you just take it?
Yeah. She didn't want to deal with it. Scott was like, look, all I need is the 2 I ordered. I don't need all of these. These are more than a lifetime supply.
Here, good luck. Good luck straightening that out.
Yeah. Well, it's also it's hard to get help that understands supply and demand, and it's hard to get help that actually understands how the economy and how stores operate.
Well, a good management makes a big difference too.
Yeah.
When you've had good managers at Michael's, the employees took ownership and have sense of ownership of the store and their areas and what they needed to do. Then when that management changed, and that manager immediately instructed everybody to not take ownership.
Yeah.
just take blame, don't take ownership. So
Yeah. Well,
if you have people that take ownership, you need to protect them when a mistake is made instead of just blaming people.
Well, when I was working there, we would have occasional morning meetings. We didn't have them every single morning. And I'm previous store management. So, and then I refused to do any more management. So I always managed up. And so during these meetings, I would say something, and then they would say, oh, you got to come to the front of the group. So I would still hand out management advice, and I would tell the people, and manage up. And I would tell the staff, it's like, look, you are assigned an area that is your area. You should take it like it is your house. Do you want someone to come into your area, your house, and see a bunch of stuff piled up? You don't want to see that. You want to be able to go in. And if it's your area, you should know where everything goes, and you should immediately be able to identify products that do not belong in that area. Always carry a basket with you. Pick up the things that do not belong in your area. And if you have time, put them back. If not, put them in the returns so the return crew can put them back where they go. And there would be so many blank stares. I kid you not. I would get the most dumbfounded stares because I was being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm stating a fact. If a staff takes ownership of the area that they are responsible for in putting the products out, going through their overstock, that's something that I would take the time. I would move fast enough that when the truck delivery was in, I would have my boxes in my area were labeled per panel. I could grab that panel A box while I was stocking, put that down on the floor, and I would be stocking what came in on the truck. But if I had excess and it was going in the box, I'd look for 2 or 3 other things in the box and see if there was room on the shelf for them, so that I was always working my boxes. They were absolutely shocked. I had all of scrapbooking plus clay and glue. That was my whole section. I could tell everybody what was in Martha Stewart at the front of scrapbooking all the way through to the glue section. I could tell everybody exactly where everything went. And I was working that glue aisle, and they'd had horrible numbers on their glue, that whole glue aisle. And in my mind, because I took ownership of it, I told my boss, I said, look, I said, in all of my area, if people don't have money to buy like paper pads and this and that, but they have those supplies at home, the thing they're always going to come in to the store for is adhesives and glues. So those should always be full, always, always, always. And so I would always make sure every truck day that my glue aisle and my upper boxes were completely worked every single week. And the numbers on the glue aisle went up 125% over the previous year after I took ownership of it. So that's where I was trying to get the staff to understand that you are part of the staff, the team. And then if you put your ownership and your work ethic into it, you help the store. And if the store looks good, you might get a better pay raise the next time it comes up. But you can't get people to understand that their effort actually does connect to how well they get paid. I don't get that either. Yep, they're only working for the pay, but they don't understand that if they work harder and they put more effort into it, people are willing to pay you a little bit more too. But they are there just to collect
I'm
the
not feeling
check.
so safe with all this talk. I might need a safe space to go to.
You're such a crazy boy.
That's millennials.
Yeah.
Not all millennials are like that,
No.
but some of them are snowflakes. They melt down.
Yeah. Well, I guess we've been on here long enough. Better get to work. I've got some scraping left to do in here on that window, and I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to do that touch up on that end wall, and then I'll come out and help you.
All right.
All
If
right.
you'll let me, I'm going to climb up on that scaffolding and stand in the sun.
I'm going to go let him do that. Actually, if he hurries, he can have a little bit of shade for a little bit longer.
I got 10 minutes of shade.
So I'll see you guys later. Have fun over at Tanya's. I won't be able to play today, so maybe next weekend. And I will see you guys Wednesday. Exactly, Kendra. I was the same way. See you guys. Bye.